How can Waves Film Bazaar best support editors? Because, from what I'm hearing from you, when you first attended Film Bazaar in 2015, you may or may have not been a filmmaker then. And I think, people from all segments of film should attend Waves Film Bazaar. But how can it best support editors?
I think it is already supporting editors in one particular segment, which is the work in progress lab. I think
Tell us more about that.
sorry.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so work in progress lab is when when your shooting is finished and you have done a rough cut and you are sending it over there. And so if it is selected for that lab, so usually I think they select about 6 to 8 projects for the it's like a mentorship program. So I remember in 2015 there were about one or two producer directors in the panel, and there were about I think 4 editors. So each of these foreign editors, really important editors from maybe Europe, America, different places, and from their point of view, if they are seeing the film in the rough cut stage, so they can actually guide you what works better for the people in the West. And I believe you know acknowledge the fact that for the independent filmmakers, I think international market is very important than domestic market. So I think it is important that you also understand what works in the international market, in the in the fiction market, and so then you can sort of tweak your editing style, and without compromising with your style of filmmaking, of course. That is what we also did. Uh, so that is something which is very important for the editors, because for the work in progress lab, it is director and editor duo who are invited there, and they also have to do changes, little bit of changes that this mentor suggest. So that is how it works. So I think that is a very important segment in Film Bazaar, which really works for editors. The other thing that I can suggest right now is probably, which of course happens. I don't have track of everything, but there are knowledge series
Yes.
where, yeah, so where this editing, there are sessions on editing sometimes. So if that can be given more little, maybe every year. For example, I can tell you. For example, I don't know if it is happening this time anywhere. So for example, editing of Sholay. Now we are celebrating 50 years of Sholay, right? So Sholay editing has been a huge achievement. I still show some parts of Sholay to my students to tell them that today we are editing with digital system, but 50 years ago, when Mr. Shinde has worked with those film rolls and everything, and it's a long film. So what was there in his mind while editing that particular scene.
Right.
I keep showing them that the train sequence uh, in the beginning. It's a wonderful sequence, wonderfully edited sequence. So these are certain things. Maybe if you can bring that just as a every year, maybe if you can keep one sequence for the editors, and also like we also have creative minds of tomorrow. I don't know whether it is part of Film Bazaar or not, but somehow if we can connect these two, and when they are making films, if editing can be given little more impetus, like team building, something like that.
Sure.
Those are few things that can be done, I